if you don't have any money or anything to bring to the table, then ask them what you can do.
I have investments and assets that pay me enough money that it covers all of my expenses.
Network, network, network.
In this video, I'm gonna show you guys how I analyze my own properties, how I run comps, and how I determine my ARV. Now, when it comes to analyzing properties, you have to know what the ARV is for you to even be able to determine what you're going to offer on these properties. So if you don't know your ARV, you are just guessing. So you have to run comps, and in this software, we run all of the comps for every single deal and every single property that we buy. We also pull all of our lists. That's right, all of our lists to market to motivated sellers with this software. We use it for two things. It will even allow you to skip trace in this software. So you could be using it for three things. You guys gotta check it out. I live and breathe in this software, and it is the lifeblood of my business. Thanks for watching, and I hope you guys learned something in this video. Let's jump in. So we're gonna log in to our account. If we don't have an account, then we are going to get a free trial. So click the link below. Propstream offers a 7-day free trial. I live and breathe in this software. Without this software, I would have trouble running my business. I pull my MLS comps from this software, as well as my motivated seller list. So let's do a quick overview of how Propstream works. It is incredibly simple, yet super robust, and that is what I love about it. So when you first log in, this is what you will see. It will take you basically to where you are pulling, where you're at. So it's going to show a map of your local city, town, state, whatever that might be. And I live in St. Louis, so it's pulling up the St. Louis area. On the top, there's a search bar to type in your address and filters. Okay, now you can search by a property address specifically, or you can search by an area. You can even draw on the map, and I've done a couple videos where I've drawn on the map, but you can also type in a zip code or a city or a county or a specific area, right? So like right here, you can see Chesterfield. So I'm gonna type in Chesterfield, Mo, and that's Chesterfield, Missouri. And again, now it is just focused on the Chesterfield area. So this was a great example because now that we've searched something, again, doesn't matter if it's an address, a zip code, whatever that might be. Once you search something, it's gonna then pull data right here for you, quick lists, okay? So there's 232 MLS properties, okay, within that area. No pre-foreclosures, auctions, there's a couple foreclosures. There is 1,143 cash buyers that I could then export and skip trace and call those people, or even send them a letter and say, hey, I'm an investor and I'm looking for some hard money or some private money loans. 181 liens, 218 vacants, right? This is what we're gonna export later and mail or cold call / cold text these people. Those vacants will make for excellent deals, and the goal would be is that some of those, if not a couple, right, would be motivated to sell at a discount, where we could buy it and flip it, or buy it and rehab it, or even buy it and rent it out. Okay, so very, very cool. Also 12,974 high equity, right? Now you'll notice that the unique properties over here, there's 20,810 total properties in this little area. So if I were to change this and this time use a zip code, this changes everything. So now there's only 106. Now I am just to the right. There was Chesterfield. That was my previous search. here is my new search for a zip code that's just right next door. So now you can see there's 7,157 unique properties, 170 of them are vacant, and 4,456 of the 7,100 have high equity. All right, so this tool is very, very helpful to pull lists. Now, let's say that I want to, get some information on a property, right? I'm looking at buying a specific property, and I want to know the ARV of that property. I want to know what that property will be worth when I go fix it up. So let's search for a property, and I'm going to use one that I own, 4006 Meadow View, and this is in Columbia, Missouri, where I went to college. 65201. There it is. So now I have just a unique address in here. So it's going to show in the vicinity of this area, probably most likely by zip code, of high equities, vacants as well. But I just want to look at this particular property. So on the right side over here, you'll see that it has a little dashboard on the property, right? That's the address. This is definitely it. I lived there in college. I remember coming around this bend and parking right here on the side. It is a 4-bedroom. It has 2 full baths and 1 half bath. It's 2,000 square feet, and it was built in 2002. I bought this house in 2005. So it was only a couple years old when I bought it. I've owned it for 15 years, and I only owe about $50,000 left on the mortgage. When I bought it, I paid $165,000 for it. The estimated value right here on this site says $227, and I don't think it's that far off. I think this may be a tad high, but I'm confident I could sell this house right now for around $210,000 to $215,000 as is. So you know what? If I did a rehab to it, I probably could get close to $225,000 to $230,000. I absolutely love this. So next, if we click on the details, this is really cool. This pulls up property details. So it does show that it's off market. It has tons of information about the length of ownership, which is raw. Oh, actually it's not, because you can't even see the one in there, I would imagine. But anyway, it shows tons of information. It has the estimated value. It shows last year. It even shows over the last couple years where the values have gone. If I wanted to see comparables, I could. It even has the opportunity of the rent. Check this out. I charge $1,500 a month to the college students that live in this house, and it's estimating $1,572. So it's not exact, however, it's very, very close, and it's using data from all over the area, all over the neighborhood. So Bearfield Properties LLC is the owner of the property. That's one of my companies. Another thing I really, really like is you can scroll down to the bottom and you can see right here, look, my name, that's my old address. The mortgage amount is what they estimate, right? And it's actually a little lower than that. I owe about $50 on it. So this is actually one of my favorite tools, is that you can find out right here an estimated amount of what somebody would owe on their property, what their estimated mortgage is. And the way that it works is it calculates that based upon the total amount that was borrowed at whatever term and whatever rate. And then it calculates out how long ago that was, and on average, how much principal would be paid down, which is actually very simple to calculate with an amortization table. This isn't information that is necessarily private information. You tell me when somebody bought a house and what kind of loan they got and how long ago, and I should be able to tell you pretty close to how much they owe. Now, if they've paid extra on it, even better, right? But just based on the laws of math, amortization tables, you can calculate this. So this is a very, very cool tool to see what is owed on a property. There is a $125 HOA. So wow, boom, it knows it. Very, very, very cool. And again, lots of tools in here. So next we could click on comparables and listings. And this is gonna pull up a massive amount of data on properties that have sold in the area. Guys, this is your comps right here. So look, there was one on Meadowview right here. MLS sold 180,000 back in 2019. That was probably not a 4-bedroom house, right? But regardless, it has all of the info. I actually own that one right there, and I own that one right there too. So I have a couple in this neighborhood, but the comps and nearby listings are super, super valuable. You can also pull up the tax information. So if you're wholesaling the property and you may want to have on your marketing material, you know, the amount of rent that it could bring in, but also some of the expenses like estimated insurance or estimated taxes, well, boom, you can get the exact amount. In 2019, I paid $2,069. Now, I escrowed these taxes and insurance into my loan, so it's factored in. I didn't have to write that check, right? But the mortgage company collected that money all year from me, and then they made the payment. So $2,069 went to taxes for this property. Next, you have mortgage and transaction history. And this is just basically going to show if the property changed hands and who's the current owner. And you can see that I have a couple different quit claims because we moved it into to a line of credit over here. So we have a lot of data that you can pull, and this is all, you know, public information for the most part. So it's not, you know, you're not going to upset people by knowing this, because this information is out there. You can get it, you can find it, and we're looking at mine right now. I mean, it's really no big deal. Document reports. I'm not exactly sure what this is, but it looks like you can get an assessor's map or even an image of the property. They have a built-in rehab calculator over here too. So if you are wanting to buy it and fix and flip it, you can actually click on this calculator and it will show you a robust calculator. I don't want to go in there because I'm going to have to mess up my screen, but it will show you a robust calculator to help you figure out what the costs are going to be and what your ROI on the project is. So the details is awesome. Next, we're going to look at analysis. So when we click on analysis, you can actually run through and you can analyze this property. So you can type in all the different information and run a report and get a analysis. This may be helpful for you if you are going to buy it and wholesale it, because you can offer it in your marketing material. This will definitely be beneficial to you if you are buying it as a rental and or a fix and flip. Analyze the property, use the tools that they have in here. Not only does it help you run those comps, but then you can go analyze each individual comp and see how close to the property that you are buying or selling is and compare it. That's what comps is. It's taking the data that's out there and finding the most similar property that is like it. So you don't want to compare a 2-bedroom to a 5-bedroom. You don't want to compare a 3-story house to a single-story house or a duplex to a single family. You want to find like properties, and this software will help you. I run all my comps through Propstream, all of them. Now, if you are wanting to pull some lists, so look at this. Same property that we are at, 4006 Meadowview. Let's say that I was looking to buy a couple more in the neighborhood. Right now I own that one, that one, that one, that one, and that one, right? So let's just say I'm looking to buy a couple more, and it doesn't even have to be in this little cluster of homes. It could be in just the area. So let's say, 5 miles in every direction. I just really like Columbia, Missouri. It's a college town. The rents always get paid. So the best way for me to find some deals there would be to call or contact the owners, or even send some mail to these vacants or even these high equity. So I'm going to show you guys a really cool trick today. So let's say that I want the vacants. Well, I'm going to click on the vacants, and it's going to pull up all the vacant properties in the Columbia area. I'm going to click unique properties all, so if that's 511, and I'm going to add to a list, but I'm going to create a new list because I haven't done this one yet. We're going to call it Columbia Vacants, and we're going to save that. Now that's 511. So let's say I'm really looking for, maybe 1,000 or 2,000 leads so I can do some marketing to these. So 500 maybe isn't enough, and this 8,378 might be a little much. Maybe I can't afford to send all that in mail right now. But what I can do is I can click on this high equity, and then I can click on this filter button, and I can start filtering this list down to really where I want. So a couple things that I want to just check right now would be the owner occupied, right? Right now it's selected on any, and you can see right here we have 8,378. So if it's not owner occupied, all of the properties in this vicinity that are not owner occupied, it didn't change much, but it went to 6,060. So next, what I want to do is I want to look at the property characteristics. I really don't like buying houses that are 1 bedroom. So I'm going to make a 2-bedroom minimum, and that cut my list in half. Wow, look at that. Now this was a high equity list, but I can go in and I can even tweak that a little bit more if I want. So I can click on value and equity, and I can say I want the estimated value or estimated equity to whatever I want, right? So the estimated equity percent is probably my favorite way to do it because it's just easy. And you'll notice before I do anything, there's 3,029 leads, but let's just say I want the equity to be at least 55%, okay? That's gonna take my list from 3,000 down to 2,614. So if I wanna get it even lower, let's say I go to 65% minimum equity, 26 goes to 2,500, and all of a sudden, boom, I have a list of about 2,500 people that have at least 65% equity, and they're in the area that I want to be in. I'm gonna get this list. This is a great list. So I'm gonna click unique properties, add to list, and in this case, I can just add this to the property list that I already had a minute ago. Columbia vacants. These aren't vacant, so I want to modify the list. But again, I'm just trying to get a list in Columbia of some motivated sellers, right? Next, what I can do is over here on the left side, we didn't talk about this yet, but there are a couple different tools. So log out, simple settings. You're going to click on settings to change some of the settings that you may have in your software here. Help is a great resource. And then next would be campaigns. Now we don't use this campaigns feature yet, but we are looking into it, and it's actually got a lot of very, very, very cool things that it will help you do. Skip tracing as well. Guys, look at this. They even have their prices right on here. This is cool. Now, I do all my skip tracing over at Batch Leads because it's cheaper, and we also text right from that platform. But if you aren't texting from a platform and you just want to skip trace, Propstream is an awesome solution for that. All right. Next is contacts and then properties. So it does have a contact management area, and these are all the contacts of the individual property owners that we have over here. So properties is really where I want to be today, and we created a thing called Columbia Vacants. So if I click on that, and again, these are not all vacants, we had named it that, and then we had moved some high equities in there, right? So I could rename that, but it doesn't even matter. It's not even worth my time doing that. What I want to do is I want to export this list. I want to get this list out of here so I can take it over to my mail house and mail it, or probably go skip trace it so my team can cold call or cold text these individual property owners to say, hey, we're buying in the area, right? Do you have a house that you need to sell? Like, are you distressed for any reason, right? We are here to solve the problem. We can close fast. We pay cash and we buy it as is. Of course, we're not going to pay retail. We are investors, right? That is simple and should go without saying. However, there are a lot of people that are willing to trade a discount on their property for a ton of convenience. And that's what we do as real estate investors. We provide convenience and we help them solve a problem that they are facing. And often it's not the property, but the proceeds of the property will help solve the problem. Either way, it's a win-win scenario. So I'm gonna click right here and I'm gonna get all of these leads, right? So Columbia vacants, there's 2,771. You can see right here that it shows all of those. 37 of those are on market and 12 of those just sold. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna click on the on market ones and I'm gonna uncheck those because I don't really want them. And the just solds are probably not motivated, so I'm gonna uncheck those as well. Next, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna click again in the middle here to highlight all my leads, and I'm gonna click export. And within a matter of 5 seconds, it is going to export me a list. And this list can be used to mail these people. Boom, there it is, 2,771 properties exported. I'm gonna mail these people. I'm going to put them into batch leads where I do my skip tracing and my cold texting platform, right? And I may even drop them into the Mojo dialer or smartphone or whatever dialer you may be using and call these people. This is how to locate motivated sellers. You can also run your comps in this platform. So now that you have this list and you mail, somebody's gonna call you back, right? You're gonna get mailers, postcards, letters out. Somebody's gonna be motivated and they're gonna call you. And what you can do is you go right back to Propstream and you go back to the search area and they say, hey, Dave, I got a property I need to sell at 2300 Silverleaf Court. This is actually one that I own, but I can pull it up and I can see a picture of it right here. Wow, that's the picture of the realtors that the realtors took when I bought this 10, 12, 13 years ago, right? And it shows the estimated value of the property. And it shows that it's a corporate owned property. It's got an LLC on it, right? And it has the estimated rent and the average comps. And again, I can click on the details and I can get tons and tons of information on this property. I rent this property for $1,250 a month. Wow, what a coincidence. Unbelievable. If I want to go down, boom, there it is. That's me, guys. That's my old address. That's where I used to live. Okay. I bought this house not in 2014. I refinanced it in 2014, but let's see if I could find when I bought it. Mortgage and transaction history. And it looks like I bought it back in 2005. And I bought it with a loan of $135,000. This is awesome. If you are not using this, you're making it really, really, really hard on yourself. So guys, Propstream is where it's at. We pull all kinds of lists out here. Look at some of the lists that I bought recently. Some of these numbers are in the thousands. We don't play around. You gotta be pulling lists if you want to get your phone to ring with motivated sellers. And you have to have a place to analyze the property. How are you gonna know what the ARV of a property is if you don't know what the comps are? You have to be able to analyze. Propstream is where we get it done. So check it out. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and that is it. That's it. It's basically it. If you want to run comps, here is where to do it. If you are looking for motivated seller list, here is where to do it. This is how I do it. This is how you should be doing it. If you made it this far, thank you so much for watching. I sincerely hope that I was able to teach you something today, and I highly recommend that you use this software for your real estate investing business. I love wholesaling, and my company does between 8 and 10 wholesales a month on average, and every single one of them we get from this software, as well as the ability to analyze every single lead that comes in. So guys, take advantage of the 7-day free trial and play around with it. Export a small list, run some comps, and you will fall in love with it too. I can almost guarantee you. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you hit that like button hard for me so I can get this message out to other real estate investors as well. And if you haven't already subscribed, subscribe for more of these awesome videos to come. Thanks again, guys. We'll see you on the next one.